Good morning, everybody. Well, my dog snored about the time I said good morning. Ginger Logs, Lisa, Judy. Merry Christmas, Judy. Let me find my chat on my phone. I was trying to catch up on Diane's live stream she had Saturday night. I didn't get to finish watching it, so I was finishing up this morning. Thought we'd talk a little bit about Heidi Broussard. I'm sure all y'all already know all the details. And then some other cases happening in the news. Heidi's so-called best friend that allegedly killed her, in her mugshot, her eyes looked like they were bugged out of her head. She looked like she was on meth or cocaine or something. But I do know that sometimes people with the suffering from a severe mental illness, their eyes will look crazy-eyed too. My papa was schizophrenic, and when he was having episodes, his eyes would be real huge. Hey, faithful one. Good morning. How are you? Merry Christmas. I feel so bad for Heidi's family. You know, here it is at Christmas time. They're having to bury their beautiful daughter. Of course, they will think about her every day throughout the year, but Christmas is going to be extremely hard on them for the rest of their lives. My heart just breaks for them. This Megan Biramuska, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, and I don't care. She don't deserve to have her name pronounced right. She had been planning this for a long time. She was in the delivery room when baby Margot was born, so you know that old bitch was sitting in there thinking, I'm going to murder you and take your daughter. She'd been planning it forever. Crazy thing. Hey, Dennis. Merry Christmas. I've had several cups of coffee this morning, Dennis. I know, faithful one, it is heartbreaking. There's Lisa. It's very sad. Let me see if I can find any more news articles. They are having a vigil for her today. Now, she will be taken back to Louisiana. I'm assuming that's her home state because her parents are from there. But they don't know when the funeral will be. But they're having a vigil today for her. And something else I found strange. I guess it's not strange, though. The CPS still has baby Margot until the police finish their investigation. I guess they're wanting to make sure that, you know, no family was involved, no one else was involved before they hand the baby back over. I was trying to see what else it had. DNA results could confirm soon if the baby... Okay, so the DNA has not come back. I guess that's another reason they've not handed the baby over. I must have missed that somewhere. DNA tests could confirm as of Monday if a baby found inside a Houston area home belongs to murdered Austin mother Heidi Broussard. CPS says it's waiting for test results to confirm the identity of the girl believed to be Heidi's daughter, Margot Carey. So that makes sense. I must have missed that article somewhere this morning. I was assuming the DNA had already came back, but I guess I should never assume like that. I was also reading that Heidi met Megan at a church camp. So they met at church. They had been friends for 20 years. 20 years. Can you believe that? Good morning, Ann. Faithful one. I keep thinking of what her little boy must be going through. I know, faithful one. Little boys are just got a special bond with their mother. I'm assuming daughters do too. I don't have a daughter. I just got a kid. One son. But I know I'm extremely close with him. We've always just had a really strong bond. Hey, Alex. Alex, I want you to be careful, girl. Keep your doors locked, everything. Alex is prego, and I've been worried about her. There's crazy people. Crap, when I was pregnant with Timothy 13 years ago, there was a woman down in Lexington. She was pregnant. This woman showed up at her house and said, "Oh, there was a box of baby items delivered to my house. The wrong address, you know." She forced her way into the pregnant woman's house with a knife. The pregnant woman fought for her life, and she survived. The baby survived. I don't really think she got hurt that much. The woman fled the house that was trying to kill her. She was going to cut that woman's baby out. That's what she was going to do. But she got caught. Thank goodness. It's just going to be a bad Christmas for Heidi's family. Gosh, I just hate it so bad. It says, listen to this. Law enforcement sources told ABC 13 Firamuska was adamant the baby was hers. Neighbors and her former attorney said she appeared to be pregnant recently. Authorities have not found another baby. Because that's Margot Carey. That's not her damn baby. She was going to try to pass her off as a boy. I mean, how did she really think that she was going to get by with that? The FBI profilers, from what I read, as soon as they came in and looked over a few things, they said that it was someone after the baby, wanting the baby. So they didn't think it was Shane. CC, I also heard last night that maybe Megan had a baby bed or something for sale on a baby site in January. So she was looking for a victim. Probably, Lisa. Remember, that's what, oh my gosh, I can never think of this girl's name. Bless her heart. Marlon Ochoa Lopez. That's how she got lured to that house where Clarissa, what was her name? They killed her. Anyways, it was an older woman in her 40s and her daughter. They lured Marlon there, saying they were going to give her free baby stuff. Guys, please do not go meet anyone. I don't care if you're pregnant or not. Do not go meet anyone off the internet to go buy items, yard sale items, or whatever. You cannot go alone. Do not go alone. Alex, oh girl, I've been looking over my shoulder ever since the story broke. Well, I've thought about you. I mean, I always think about you, but you know what I mean? Worried about you. The world is full of crazy people. Dennis, dang psychotic people are always stalking pregnant people. Yeah. There's some, hey, y'all, people are sick. I used to work at a video store. Y'all remember when you go to the video rental store and rent you a DVD or VHS tape? Well, I worked there. It was right before I got pregnant. Anyway, they had an adult room for porno. They had daggone pornos in there with pregnant women on it. I was like, this is sick. You know, because when we got new DVDs and stuff, I'd have to put them into the computer system, put a label on them. And you know what? There were sick people that actually came in there and rented those. Now, who could be turned on by that? Is just sick. The pregnant women are beautiful, don't get me wrong. But like, Lord have mercy. Yes, faithful, and that is a true story. There's pornos with pregnant women. True story. One time, let me tell you a funny story. So one time, this guy come in. He looked like a big old biker guy. It was on a Sunday. I was in there by myself. Anyways, he went to the adult room. He came back. And he was going to, you could either buy them or rent the DVDs. And it was, I don't know the correct name for this. Men dressed up as women. So I told him, because I thought he might have made a mistake. Oh my God, the look on his face. I was like, you know, this is men as women dressed up. He's like, I know. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. And I never seen him come back in that video store again. So I never opened my mouth again when someone came up there with their porno DVD. We also had this other guy. He'd come in there every day, and he would rent at least 5 pornos. He was a real pervert. I could still remember that guy's name. Hey, Michelle. Yeah. So, I know y'all seen that video I did about the horses. Last week, there was 15 horses in eastern Kentucky, actually in Floyd County, Pike County line, that were found killed. Well, they have found 6 more horses dead. So that's 21 total. They said it looked like a battlefield. Horses just laying everywhere. Said it looked like they had been hunted. One of the horses actually still had grass in its mouth because it was eating at the time that it was slaughtered. There was really young horses, pregnant mares, just all kinds, 21 total. There is a $20,000 reward for anyone with information that could lead to an arrest and conviction. I've been so upset over this. I'm actually going to reach out to the horse rescue today and just see if there's anything that me and my hubby, can do to help them in any way. Hope they catch that murderer too, because they did murder horses, and it is a federal crime what they did. President Trump signed that new law in about animal abuse and killing animals. That's a federal crime. Now, what kind of son of a bitch would do that? What did these horses do to them? Part of the land they're on is owned by the lady that runs the damn horse rescue. Oh, I got so mad. I couldn't even hardly look at the pictures. That's why I just put one picture in my video of the dead horse at the top real quick. I just couldn't hardly stand to look at it. Now, some of the horses are wild, and some of them people have just brought to the rescue, and they've turned out with the wild herd. So I don't know how many is in the herd, but 21 horses, that's a lot of horses. God bless the people that found them and buried them. Gosh, it's hard to, when a horse dies, to bury them and stuff. Hey, Remy. People I know, absolutely hateful to do such a thing. Pure evil. Pure evil. Oh, it's okay, Lisa. We hit the wrong button sometimes. It's all right. Let's go see what else is going on here. Well, y'all, I finally finished my Christmas shopping. I finished it Friday. Thank God. Next year, I'm going to be shopping in October and November. I'm not waiting till last minute. I have such a hard time trying to find my little boy clothes. I mean, he's just picky about what he wears and stuff. He'll be 13 December 29th. Can't believe it. So I see that 13 people wounded after a shooting at a Chicago house party honoring a victim of gun violence. 4 victims, including a 16-year-old boy, are in critical condition. Hold on just a minute. Yeah, let me reply to the message here. Okay. Let's see what went on. 2 suspects are currently in police custody after 13 people were shot during a large memorial gathering at an Englewood residence near Chicago early Sunday morning. Police said gunfire occurred at 12:40 a.m. after an altercation ensued inside the house party that was celebrating a birthday of a man who had died from gun violence. The 13 people were sent to a nearby hospital for gunshot wounds. Their ages are from 6 to 48, and 4 of them, including a 16-year-old boy, are in critical condition. This is an isolated incident that stemmed from inside the party and flowed onto the street, Fred Waller, who heads the patrol division for Chicago police, said. Shots were fired inside. Everyone started to leave, and that's when shots were fired outside. Like, why the hell are people bringing guns to a party honoring someone who died of gun violence? You know, I know everybody in America's got the right to bear arms, but that don't damn mean that everybody needs a gun. But you know what? I think to myself, if they took everybody's rights to own a gun, let's just say that they did that. If someone really wanted a gun, they would find one on the black market. See, so I can't stay. Get him gift cards next year. Well, I thought about that, but I don't know. That just don't seem like Christmas to me, gift cards. I think his dad got him some gift cards for from that store, GameStop, that he's absolutely obsessed with. Alex, sounds like revenge to me. They had a plan. Yes. Okay. It says, from outside, definitely there were two different shooters. It looked like they were just shooting randomly at people as they exited the party. So they said it stemmed from an altercation, but it seems like these people showed up at this party and they had a plan that they were going to randomly shoot people. Why come to a party, a birthday party, honoring a man who died from a gun? Why bring a gun to that party? They had an agenda. Okay. Police confirmed to two outlets that two people are in custody and being questioned for the crime. Waller told Chicago Tribune that one of the men was shot and hospitalized for treatment, while the other was holding a revolver when he was stopped and detained. I'd hate to be the doctor that had to treat these killers. You know, they can't be prejudiced. You know, they have to take care of them. But I just don't know if I could do it. I'm a very compassionate person. But when it comes to cold-blooded murderers, I don't got no compassion or empathy for them. The only murderer I've ever had compassion for is Aileen Wuornos. And I don't feel like she should have been found not guilty, but I don't think she should have been put to death. She should have had life in prison because she was mentally ill. We're going to do a live stream about Aileen. Speaking of Aileen Wuornos reminds me of Marky Mark. Now, I know y'all have heard the drama that was going on, and the reason it reminds me of him is because I had made a community post the other day, and I said we were going to talk about John Benet Ramsey instead of Aileen Wuornos, you know, since a crime occurred around Christmas. But anyways, he left a comment that he did a project on her for school, and he wanted to come on my panel, which I said was fine. This was before all this big news broke. But I'm very disappointed in him. I thought he was a nice guy, but I've been looking for the proof that he done this. I can't find it on YouTube because I missed all this when it was breaking. You know, I believe I was on one live stream for a few minutes. But, you know, I've been busy. I just don't have time to just sit and watch live streams. So if anybody knows where a video is that's got the proof that he did that, I'm not saying he didn't do it. I just wanted to see it for myself. You know what I mean? You know how you just want to see stuff for yourself. But anyways, y'all got to remember, people, wolves come in sheep's clothing. Anyways, I hope he's learned a lesson from this and changes the way that he does things. Okay, Alex, I sure will. Because I would love to have this explained to me. You know, because I really liked the guy. I thought that he was a nice person and stuff. But when Alex gets up here, I'm going to tell y'all about the white lightning person. Because I have seen them in my chat. I was on a Charles Manson live stream. It's called Spawn Ranch Worker one day. I was looking for information on I can't think of the guy's name, but anyways, he came out and said he was Charles Manson's son, refused a DNA test. Anyways, that's how I found that channel, looking for info. Anyways, I was in the chat and there was this White Lightning person in there. Well, they come and subscribed to my channel and started coming in my chat. That's been 6 months ago. I saw them on Brian St. John's chat as well. So that means if White Lightning is Marky Mark, they've been around for a long time. What do you need? I was just looking for a video, Lisa, that showed the proof that Marky Mark was that troll that was saying vile things. I mean, I believe everybody. I just like to see things for myself. Alex knows how I am, Lisa. I just like to see things for myself. I was trying to think what else. It's White Lightning something. I couldn't remember exactly what that guy's name was. I just assumed it was an older person because they had the name White Lightning, like Moonshine. It's a George Jones song. I thought it was an older person. The link's not working. Let me post another one. It says invite. I don't got Messenger on my Chromebook. I can't send it through a Messenger. That link should work. Oh, you could actually put people in timeout through the StreamYard chat and block them. I didn't know that. I have to be on the lookout for the Harry Butt Bandit. Every time I post a link, it some of a bitch comes up. Let's see if it works this time. Is that a YouTube video you sent me, Lisa, for that? I mean, it's not important, but I wish Alex could come up here and explain it to me. It's so hard to explain in messages and things like that. Well, this is two men that has betrayed our community and our trust. Oh, phony baloney. He really pulled a good one, calling the cops on everybody. Probably got CPS on Laura too, Tristan. Anybody that does shit like that's a piece of shit, in my opinion. This is freaking YouTube. You don't take it to real life, people. Jesus Christ. There are a ton of trolls. I know it. Hey, Juju. Morning. Yeah, some trolls are funny, and some are just downright mean, and some are just downright perverted, like this Harry Butt Bandit. I'll be honest. I was thinking, could he be the Harry Butt Bandit? But somebody told me no, they thought they knew who that was. Hey, Sharon. Yeah, you're clicking on it, won't work? Crap. Well, that's weird. Do you got an email? I wonder if I can send it to the email. Let me go click on it and see what happens here. It's weird. It always works. StreamYard's is a piece of crap, though, half the time. Let me go back and see if I can click on it. See, when I click on it, it took me straight to StreamYard's, Alex. It says you're entering a broadcast studio. To keep the broadcast secure, the host asks that you connect with YouTube or Facebook. So I'm going to push continue with YouTube. It's asking me for my account. Clicked on it, and it's working. That's really weird. Oh, so it must be Alex's end that it's not working. Yeah, it worked for me too because it's got your enter in broadcast studio continuous CC. Well, you should have, Lacey. You should have came right on that. I know you're nervous. It's nerve-wracking when you've never been on a live stream. Hell, I still get nervous half the time. I'm going to try to do a live stream on Christmas Eve. I bought me a Christmas sweater with little puppies and stuff on it to wear. So my son will be with his dad on Christmas Eve. So that's why I'm going to do live stream. Maybe we'll drink us some wine or something. Some beer. Need to get Will up here with me, drink a beer. Sharon, I've been watching the Austin Reporter on the Heidi case. Boy, that's a heartbreaking case. Everybody just got into that case just like they did the Watts case. I saw they played that episode about the Watts case the other day on Oxygen Channel again. I only watch live streams, not put a live stream on YouTube. Oh, do you only watch live streams? Exit out, Alex. Refresh your page. Exit completely out and come back in and see if it works. That's weird because it worked for me and Lisa. I'll put the link in again. So I'm just wondering if this Megan Faramuska, whatever the bitch's name is, I'm just wondering if she had help with this. Is she married? I need to know all these things. Who lives in the house with her? She cleared up some stuff. Oh, really, Sharon? What reporter is that? I need to watch it. Can you imagine being friends with someone 20 years? She couldn't have really liked or loved Heidi or she wouldn't have murdered her. Do y'all think someone that would try to pull off a scheme like this is mentally ill? You would think they would have to be, delusional to think they could get by with something like this. I believe she thought that Shane, Carey, would be blamed for Heidi and the baby's disappearance. Yeah, try from your laptop, Alex, because I'd really like to hear this. She was on coke really bad early on. Well, I knew she was on something in that picture, Lisa. Her eyes is bugged out of her head. But like I said before, now my papa suffered from a severe mental illness. He was a paranoid schizophrenic. And when he had episodes, his eyes looked really wild like that, like he was on some kind of speed, but he wasn't. Red Ruby, her husband lived with her, but was gone. Supposed to have been. Oh, really? Like, are they separated? Or what? Or was he out of town on business? Did she have any other kids? My theory is she came to Heidi's house. Heidi, just got home probably from school, the book fair. And I'm thinking this. She took Heidi at gunpoint or knife point and made her leave that house. Because if Heidi had went on her own with the girl, she would have took the car seat and diaper bag. I was thinking maybe she came in and was talking to Heidi, chit-chat, maybe picked up the baby, and then threatened to harm the baby if Heidi didn't leave with her voluntarily. It's drugs. There are always people bug out, and you can't see the whites in her eyes. Well, you have to look at this girl's picture. They're bugged out of her head. I'm not sure it's a husband, maybe only a boyfriend. So a partner. Miss Texas says not her husband. So it's just like maybe a partner or something. My name is Julie. My little sister is Lisa. I love the name Julie. I love the name Juliet too. Lisa says her name's Lisa and her niece's name is Julie. Okay, so Red Ruby says that the partner, whoever he is, lived there but was away. No kids. Lord, let this be Alex and not the Harry Butt Bandit. Hey, Alex.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a
Awesome.
pretty
We
picture.
figured it out.
It's so cute. What was wrong?
I was on my phone, and for some reason, it just wouldn't open like the browser from the link. So I think it was just something that you have to do on the computer.
Oh.
And I
Well,
have
it's
of a cold, so sorry if I sound like I'm talking through my nose.
let me explain this to Julie real quick.
Okay.
Julie, the Harry Butt Bandit, we named him that because this guy, when I would share the link, he would take on names of people that I was familiar with in the chat who just sit and listen to who I was most friendly with. And then he would act like them, steal their pictures, come up on my panel. As soon as I would add him, he was bent over, spreading his butt cheeks. A Harry O butt. So I named him the Harry Butt Bandit. Okay, Alex. So what is going on, girl? Explain this to me.
Okay, so just a little bit of background for the 15 people that are here. I'm in a Discord with a big group of people. All of these people are all part of the drama. And Marky Mark was in that Discord. He had only been in that Discord with us for about 2 or 3 weeks. But what had happened was Makeup Mobster started accusing Marky Mark of being this troll that had made some really ugly comments to her and had even made some threatening comments to her. And we have all been watching Marky Mark on Cece's channel, on Brian's channel, and he comes across as this really likable, shy guy that everybody likes. So, of course, we were like, that's not possible because we all have these personal relationships with him where he's like a nice dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, um, we started defending him, and everybody rallied around him because he's our friend, and that's what you do with friends and defend him. And we did our own research. We had a lot of people doing research. I'm telling you guys, this was all day Saturday, all day. People spent hours of their time researching this guy to try and find out if what Makeup Mobster was saying was correct. And everything that we would find explain away a different way that it was like, okay, we see what he's saying. That's possible. So it was like, we see what Makeup Mobster is saying, but we're hearing what Mark is saying. And we believe this guy based off of his character right now. Makeup Mobster had been acting a certain way lately, and people were kind of not really understanding why she was acting the way she was anyway. So they weren't ready to take her word for it 100%. So
Wow.
at about sometime early, maybe Friday night or Saturday morning early, um, the proof started to become apparent. He was on a live with Amanda L. and Hello Starlight and Kimmy P. There were several people on panel. I think Brian was up there. And all these people really enjoy spending time with Marky Mark. So they were all cutting up back and forth and just having a good time. And Makeup Mobster sent some more proof to Starlight, but it was all kind of circumstantial still. We didn't have hardcore in our hands proof. And then he started acting different. Like he was no longer answering our questions the same way. He would answer a question with a question like, how do you spell this person's last name? Is it this or is it this? And he's like, well, it just didn't make sense. And then I knew he was caught on Mandy's live, Lisa. Just so you know, I thought his whole demeanor was way sketchy on Mandy Bell's live. But he still explained it away, but that didn't stop me from saying, and I'm not sure until, but in the end, he ended up admitting to trolls that have been a part of the true crime drama community for about a year.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen White Lightning around, he admitted to that one. If you've
Yeah,
ever
he's
seen,
been on my channel for about 6 months.
uh-huh, and the Vern Plumtree or Plumley, he admitted to that one. And isn't that like somebody to do with Manson? And nobody ever caught on to that. Yet he came on your panel and talked all about Manson. So,
And during that panel, I actually bring up that channel, the Spawn Ranch Worker. And, he says, yeah, he's familiar with the channel, but I didn't think anything about it at the time.
no, because he comes across as such a nice, likable guy. But, I went back yesterday and watched Mandy's again, knowing what I know now. And all kinds of red flags were going off. At one point he said that Makeup Mobster should report the the threat that she got about breaking her fingers to the
Oh my
authorities,
God.
because that's a serious threat, and that she should take that to the authorities, because that sounds like that person might have ulterior motive or different intentions. I mean, he says that, and come to find out, he was the guy who was saying that. So it's really creepy.
It's
It was
really,
really creepy.
I did catch some of Mandy's live when he was on it, and I was listening with my earbuds, and I did hear what I thought was some typing.
Well, and everybody kept saying he had help, but I went back through Mandy's live, her unedited live, and that troll, Makeup Mobster's High Horse, who he admitted to, comes into that chat 3 different times. The first time is when he was first on camera, and you could have typed a message prior to entering on that and just hit the enter button. The second time, he went off camera because he said he couldn't see chat, even though at the beginning of the the broadcast, he saw Makeup Mobster's High Horse in the chat. And then, not even 5 minutes later, how do I get the chat up? I can't see the chat. So that was a contradiction right there. It was all very,
It's, yeah, it's got a button right there when you're a guest on StreamYards where you can see the chat.
it's
I
not like
think.
it. I mean, I had trouble figuring it out with my phone, but once you're on a computer screen, very easy to maneuver this system. So, and even the third time that troll came into Mandy's live, he had got up and left the room to go get his laptop plug and came back. And then the troll made a comment again, but he deleted those accounts. So you can no longer see the comments in the chat. You really have to pay attention to what's going on the screen.
So how did they find out that he was the troll? Just by looking his name up or something?
Look, well, Makeup Mobster and them found that he originally came to YouTube under his first and last name, his legit first and last name, and there was some comments made by him to people like Tracy the Truth under his legit first and last name, and she remembered that name. And all you have to do is do a search on that name, and Marky Mark's account pops up. It's all tied to his actual name. So he made a mistake. What Makeup Mobster found was that he commented on her page as another guy with a first and last name who happens to be Mark's dad's name, but he was typing like the Makeup Mobster's High Horse troll. So she's like, well, why would this guy be talking like the other guy? And then all the last names are the same. And so it on her end, it looked very obvious. But to us, it looked like somebody was cloning his account, or like he denied that was his name. So he's like, oh, it can't be me. It's not my name. So he lied. at the end of the day, it was him. And, once we had somebody amongst us who was acting like a predator, I mean, guys, he came in on the idea that he is a labor and delivery nurse, somebody that people should be trustworthy of in their most vulnerable time,
Yeah.
when they're having a baby. So women were supposed to trust this guy anyway. Come to find out, he's not even a nurse.
He's not
So
even a
what they started
nurse.
really digging into, no, he's not even a nurse. The last job they can find that he had was at Home Depot.
Well, anybody can
So,
buy scrubs. Anybody can buy scrubs and put them on. They sell them everywhere. Burke's, crap, the Dollar General's even got scrubs.
well, and here's the thing. I worked in the medical field. When you go and work in a hospital where there is bloodborne pathogens, you cannot leave the hospital in those clothing. They launder them there. They have a special routine for that. So him coming home in some clothes, I mean, granted, they could have been clean scrubs that he changed out of, but who's going to put their clean clothes on to go home to change out of them? So maybe he has a brother. Maybe his brother actually works in the hospital, and his brother favored quite a bit.
He
So I
he
mean,
told all of us women he delivered babies so that we would be like, "Oh, you're such a good person. You're such a good man delivering babies." He did that. He played us
yep.
all. I feel so stupid.
Yeah, and the thing is, people in general in this what we call a community, which is more like a nightmare sometimes,
Yeah,
we all have an opportunity to come together and stand against this kind of stuff. We have the opportunity to do that,
right.
but we're not
Right.
doing that. Instead, we're continuing to fight, saying he had help from this person or this person or this person. Everybody in this situation is a victim. Some are more victims than others, but he was deceitful to everyone.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, that's what we really need to be careful for.
Yeah. He is something else. He must have some mental issues going on.
Hospitals, different policies. I don't know if certified nurse assistant come in contact with blood every day. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the girl that lives next door to me, I think she's like a CNA or something, and she wears her scrubs home. But this guy was delivering babies, so you think he, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know everybody's policies if you're supposed to take the scrubs off or not, but hey, turquoise kitten. So I remember him on Pink's panel, and I tried to rack my brain what his name was on there. I thought it was Marky Mark, but it might not have been. He does talk a lot.
He does.
I
Well,
mean, you can't get a word in edgewise.
so do I though. So I can't say anything about that. I'm a talker too. But for somebody who didn't seem to know what he was doing, there's one point. I know not everybody remembers the Mandy L live from Friday night because it was on at the same time as Diane and Wendy's talent show. So a lot of people were watching that. But there was one time on screen when Mark was live on screen and moving around, and then all of a sudden his face freezes on camera for like 40 seconds. And then it comes back, it flashes, it comes back, and he's spinning in his computer chair. So, right there in front of everybody on panel, he froze up and looked like he was still participating and active in the conversation, but he was doing something else and we couldn't see it.
Right.
So, and you know, there is no proof on video that he admitted to anything. There is proof in Discord that he admitted to it, where he says, I was just a friendly troll trying to explain his way out of it. But as soon as he started admitting that he was actually this person and people had spent their entire day defending him, he was gone. We booted him out. We didn't want no other part of it.
Yeah, I
That's
would say Smokey and Brian's really hurt.
Lisa.
They were
That
really close to him. Or
yeah, they
Brian,
were.
yeah. Yeah. Well, this is strange because, like I said, White Lightning came into my chat 6 months ago when I was looking at Jason Freeman. I just thought of the guy's name. He's supposed to be in Manson's son. He actually got Manson's body and had the funeral and all that. So that's how I found that Spawn Ranch worker. And that I thought White Lightning followed me.
Well,
But
we have, and he had deleted his YouTube, or at least taken it down. And then yesterday it came back up, which all that did was delete every comment he had ever made as Marky Mark. So you can't see any comments that he ever made as himself, but he still has a channel, and I still feel like he's a predator. So you never know where he might pop back up. I would just want everybody to be aware and try to have open conversations about this so that we don't end up in this situation anymore.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking, could he be the Harry Butt Bandit?
I mean, that Melton John guy took credit for it, and everyone seems to believe him. But I'm not so sure. I don't know. I don't know. And this might be a little extreme, but the hair on Marky's face looked a lot like the hair on that guy's butt to me. So maybe he could be. I don't know. It was just odd to me that he came on your panel after that, like a criminal returning to the scene of the crime type of thing.
I know. And when he came on and did the Manson live stream, he actually brought that up to me and was
He
talking
did.
about, remember talking about, oh gosh, what a pervert loser would do something like that. Mel said that the Harry Butt Bandit's legs were lighter, but I think there's two Harry Butt Bandits. I think the first guy that did it, he was in lingerie. But the second guy kind of had a lot more hair on his butt, I thought, and was darker.
Well, it could have been a copycat who just continued to roll with it,
Yeah. It's just really strange, when the Harry Bandit came around, it's about the same time Marky Mark was started coming around. I mean, like showing his face, doing live streams. If he was White Lightning, that means he's been around for 6 months, probably close to a year. So crazy.
Yeah, his beard is not Velcro. Lisa, everybody does what you do when you find out that you've had somebody around that you shouldn't. You look into him, and this guy's beard he's had a beard, he's not had a beard. I've seen pictures of him with it, pictures of him without it. It's his.
Yeah, I saw him rubbing his beard on that little bit of Mandy's live stream I watched. It looked like it was real to me.
Yeah, that was kind of weird to me. What?
Hey, Hazel.
Say good morning. Say
Oh,
good
I
morning.
probably should have said her name. Crap, I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay.
Hazel.
Yep. Oh, Hazel. She gave me this little cold, so we're both using a lot of tissue around here.
Oh, I hope y'all get better before Christmas.
Well, I'm afraid that we might just get worse because, everybody's sick and we're going to go around and see family and we might just end up with even more. Who knows?
Lisa just brought up something. The Harry Butt Bandit used Lisa's name. Okay. He also used Save Robbie and Save Robbie's picture. He used Alex, which is up here. He didn't use her picture at the time. So this was someone that was sitting back watching, very familiar with who I'm the friendliest with and stuff. So it's a good possibility this Melton John is.
You're exactly right.
So I'm very suspicious.
Well,
I had always said that this was a viewer. I said before this was a viewer. This is somebody in our community. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, he was a troll. Hazel, please. He was a troll named Mandy's T-shirt maker, and that story is like dead on a year older more. Not a lot of people know that story, and that was like a really good troll name for him to use, which shows that he pays attention and has been sitting back and watching things.
It was Hazel, bless her little heart.
Because I won't stop what I'm doing and give her something off this counter that she wants that she's probably not supposed to have.
What's Santa bringing her?
She is getting so many cool toys this year. She's
Uh,
getting an indoor slide, which is nothing major, but it's cute and she'll have fun. And a tool set because she loves to help her daddy work in the garage.
oh,
And some bathtub toys, just, 2-year-old stuff.
yeah, yeah. I saw something cool at Walmart. It was the Frozen Castle. And I thought about her when I saw it. It was so
It does look really cool, but she has all these like little house sets with like the little people and things like that, and she just doesn't
yeah,
play with them as much. I really wanted to get her something that has a lot of activities so that she could
right.
use it over and over. So I got her like an easel with a chalkboard and a magnet board, and I think she'll really like that.
Oh, yes, I had one when I was little. I think that's so cool that she got tools. Girls can use tools too. They can work on cars and around the house too. So I think that's super
Mm.
cool.
Her dad was building her a tree house outside, and she wanted to hammer and help do everything. So I thought she might really like having her own little drill and things like that. So thanks to
That's
good old Amazon, we figured it out.
that is so cool. She's got a tree house. That is awesome.
Oh yeah, we
Merry
have to give
Christmas
her all
to you too, Emily. Do what?
with it. Well, I'm going to get off here and I've got some errands to run today. I'm going to go see my grandparents. So I just wanted to
Okay.
kind of clear the story up because I know it's been like this big mystery. And
Yeah.
I was around watching all of it. So I shared.
Thank you so much for coming up and explaining. And y'all be safe today and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Y'all have a great holiday. See you after the holidays.
All right. Love you, girl.
Love
Good
you
day.
too. Bye.
Bye. Well, if that just isn't crazy, I swear we've got to be more aware of people on YouTube. And Alex is right. This does need to be talked about and stuff. I mean, if someone is capable of coming on YouTube and acting like a nice person, but in reality, they're going around hoping people die of cancer and hoping their fingers get broken stuff. That really shows a lot about their character, psycho. So, oh, Hazel is precious. Hello, we go. What a name. That's all I'm going to say. What a name. Well, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I will see you all in the morning. I love y'all. Be safe, be kind, and peace. And if y'all got more social media platforms, share the video about the horses being killed in Kentucky. We need to catch whoever is doing this before they kill the rest of the herd. And there is a $20,000 reward. Emily, scammers, stalkers, and trolls. Oh my. Yes. I love the Wizard of Oz, by the way. Anyways, I love y'all. Be kind. Peace.